Hello everyone, this is Dr.P.Syamala from the Department of MBA International Business, Acharya Nagarjuna University. Coming to today's topic, it is about forms of business organizations. Okay, so what is a business organization and what are the forms of business organizations? Today we are going to learn. Okay, so before going to forms of business organizations, first of all, uh, we try to learn what is a business. Okay, so what are the characteristics of business, then we'll go for forms of business organizations. So if we see what is a business means, so business is uh, an economic activity that involves the exchange, purchase, sale, or production of goods and services with a motive to earn profits and satisfy the needs of customers. Okay, so any business activity, it involves basically profit motive. Okay, so profit, how they can earn profits means by exchange of goods or services, by purchases, by sales, or production of goods and services. Okay, and the motive will be to earn profits and also at the same time satisfy the needs of customers. Okay, and this businesses can be both profit or non-profit organizations that functions to gain profits or achieve a social cause respectively. Okay, so this is about a business definition, means it is an economic activity. Business is an economic activity. So who involves in this business organization means it, individuals, resources, okay, and also the activities concerned with individuals and resources. Okay, so a business organization is structured arrangement of individuals, resources, and activities. All these activities are orchestrated or else arranged to achieve specific commercial objectives, which is nothing but a profit motive. Okay, and how is the framework of this business organization means the framework of business organizations are arranged in planned, coordinated, and then executed. Okay, so this business organizations encompasses or else involves deploying of the human capital, financial resources, technology, and other assets systematically. Okay, why? Because to generate goods and services. Okay, finally to satisfy the needs of the customers. So coming to what is the fundamental purpose of business organizations, keeping aside about the profits. Okay, business organizations revolves around facilitating efficient operations, optimizing of resources, okay, managing of risk, and all these leads to at the end of the day profitability and growth of the organization. Okay, so therefore the purpose of business is profitability and growth of organization. How can an organization achieve profitability and growth means a systematic arrangement of efficient operations, business operations, or else activities, optimizing the resources means without any wastage. Okay, utilizing the resources, we have many resources, human resources, or else the raw materials. Okay, material resources, money. Okay, so all these will be maximally utilized, okay, with minimum wastage. So that is known as optimum utilization of resources, and at the same time managing the risk also. Okay, so all these are the main fundamental purpose of a business organizations. Okay, now coming to what does this structure of business organizations involves. Okay, so what are the forms in business means we can see sole proprietorship, partnership, corporations. LLC means limited liability companies or cooperatives, and uh, all these are different types of forms of business organizations. Okay, we have joint Hindu family. Okay, likewise different business forms are there. Okay, now all these forms of business organizations, okay, differ in aspects like ownership, management, legal liabilities, and taxation structures. These are the basic differences between these forms of organizations. Okay, so sole proprietorship, partnership. Okay, if we take these two means, they differ in ownership, management, legal liabilities. Okay, taxation structure likewise. So if we see partnership and corporation, these both also differ in the same aspects like ownership, management, legal liabilities, and taxation structure. Okay, so the basic differences lie in all these matters. Okay, now coming to what are the characteristics of forms of business. Okay, so what are the features of business? If we take first one, exchange of goods and services. Okay, so why we form the business, or else why we lead the business, means the basic is the basic, if we see in the definition, means it is an economic activity. Business is an economic activity which involves exchange, purchase, sale, or production of goods and services with a motive to earn profits. Okay, and at the same time satisfying the needs of customers. Therefore, the basic characteristic of business means exchange of goods and services. Without this basic concept, we cannot do business. Therefore, the main and foremost feature of business is exchange of goods and services. Okay, next one is dealing in goods and services. Okay, so dealing in goods and services means it involves manufacturing or procurement of services and goods. Okay, so before offering goods to the consumer for consumption, it should be manufactured or procured by the business. Okay, if we see this dealing in goods and services, or else business enterprises converts the raw materials into finished goods. So all these are related to dealing in goods and services, right? Next, if we see next, organizations also procure finished goods and services from producers to meet the needs of customers in the market. Likewise, goods can be consumer goods, like everything which we use in our daily life, like sugar, pen, ghee, anything. Okay, likewise, capital goods also, like machinery, furniture, services like transportation, banking, etc. So all these comes under the dealing in goods and services, means either manufacturing or procurement of goods and services. Okay, and if we see next one is profit motive. Okay, so profit motive means no businesses can long last without making a profit. Okay, so therefore the purpose is to conduct the business to earn profits and minimize the cost. For example, a business house tries to reduce the cost of production and cost of raw materials to earn high profits. Okay, likewise, continuity of transactions, this is another important feature of business. Okay, so in order to continue our business, okay, so there should be continuity of transactions, which is nothing but exchange of goods and services, or else selling of goods and services, or else purchase of goods and services. Anything should be in a continuity process. Transactions should be maintained, okay, continuously. Then only business will exist, or else there will not be. If there are no sales, if there are no nothing is going on transactions, means so business will be halted there itself. Therefore, continuity of transactions is necessary. And another thing is risk and uncertainty. Definitely business means we cannot estimate profits only. Okay, so uh, due to maybe by the impact of a business environment, like internal and external aspects. Okay, for example, if there are any changes in the government policies, any changes in the legal aspects of business, okay, any SEBI rules have changed. Okay, likewise different issues may lead to the businesses risk. Okay, and at the same time uncertainty of risks also, because risks are not certain, we cannot expect the risk. Okay, so risks are uncertain, therefore business means it definitely involves the risk and uncertainty. Now coming to the possibility, likewise we see why we can say that here we cannot anticipate. Okay, we cannot anticipate the risk, uncertainty, profit or loss, okay, by the entrepreneur. Now if we see social responsibility means, okay, so social responsibility means we can say that the activity that is performed out of love, sympathy, sentiments, patriotism, okay, religious respect, religious responsibility, personal satisfaction, all this comes under the social responsibilities. Okay, so why they go for social responsibility means it may be due to satisfy their psychological or emotional needs. At the same time they have to follow some CSR rules and regulations, legal aspects, okay, according to the government policies. Okay, likewise for each and every business there will be a social responsibility in order to run their business. Okay, so these are the features of a business. Okay, next if we see what are the forms of business organizations means, so these are the different forms of business organizations: sole proprietorship, joint Hindu family, partnership, corporations, joint stock company, etc. As of now, for your syllabus there is it is about you have to learn about sole proprietorship, partnership and corporations. Okay, so if we see the first thing, sole proprietorship means, what does it mean, sole proprietorship? So what is the meaning of sole proprietorship? Okay, see, if one is planning to start a business or is interested in expanding an existing business, okay, an important decision relating to the choice of the forms of organization, he has to decide. Okay, he has to take a decision regarding which form of business he has to start. Okay, so whether if he start a new business, or else if he is planning to start a new business, or else if he is interested in expanding the business. Okay, so as we have various forms of business organizations, okay, he has to choose the right one, like either he can go for sole proprietorship, partnership, corporations, joint stock company, okay, LLCs, like a limited liability corporations. Okay, so anything he can go, he has to choose depending upon the situation. Okay, see, a sole proprietorship is a popular form of business organizations, and it is it is the most seen and suitable for form of small businesses. Okay, it means that sole proprietor is suitable for small businesses, especially in their initial years of operation, means the beginning stage startups. Okay, like uh, this type of business will be very suitable, sole proprietorship. Okay, so sole proprietorship means it refers to a form of business organizations which is owned, which is managed, okay, and controlled by an individual. Okay, uh, therefore we can say that the sole proprietorship means a sole trader, where a person who solely Okay, he himself is responsible for providing the capital, for bearing the risk, okay, and also at the same time for managing the business. Okay, therefore he himself is responsible for his business. So that is known as sole proprietorship, sole trade, or else sole proprietorship. Sole implies the only. Okay, sole means only, and proprietor refers to the owner, means owner of the business. So he himself is responsible either for profits or either for losses, and he should pay tax also. Okay, taxpayer, he himself pays the tax also. And if we see this particular type of form of business is uh, very popular in personalized services. Okay, personalized services like running a retail shop, okay, or else running a beauty parlor, so or else working like a freelancer. So all these may come under the category of sole proprietorship. Okay, so sole proprietor is the one who is the only owner of a business, where he owns the business, he manages the business, and finally he controls the business. He is the recipient of all profits and at the same time bearer of all risks also. Okay, so this is about the sole proprietorship. Here in sole proprietorship, okay, the this structure has no legal distinction between owner and business itself. Okay, actually if we see a company means it will be treated as a separate legal entity, but under sole trade or else sole proprietorship, okay, both owner and the business are same. Okay, there is no legal distinction between the owner and at the same time and at the business also. Okay, so there is no separation, both are same. Okay, so this means the owner has full control over decision making. Okay, receives all profits and bears all the business liabilities. And here we can say that it's very easy to set up. It involves minimum paperwork and is suitable for small owner driven enterprises. Okay, as I said before, like freelancers, small shops, retail shops, consulting services. Okay, likewise, but it carries a higher personal liability risk. Why? Because the single person only runs the business, single person only equip the capital, single person only enjoys the profit if at all profits arise, and he is the person who is liable for the risk also. Okay, so sole proprietorships are common for those seeking full autonomy and simplicity in their business endeavors. Okay, so if we see for example, okay, in 1994 Jeff Bezos started Amazon as a sole proprietorship. Okay, Amazon. Okay, initial stage. Okay, Jeff Bezos, here we all know that he started it as a sole proprietorship initially, selling books online. Okay, so leveraging the internet's expansive reach. Okay, Amazon's USP became its vast selection and convenient home delivery. So despite early financial instability and skepticism from investors, Bezos' relentless focus on customer satisfaction propelled Amazon to dominate e-commerce sector. Okay, so it means increasing the customers. It massive increase has been seen for this Amazon books. Okay, online books. So day by day it is very extensively increased its marketability by focusing on customer satisfaction. Okay, and also it dominated the e-commerce sector, so overcoming challenges through innovation and expansion into various product categories. Amazon transformed from a small online bookstore into a global e-commerce giant, setting a benchmark in the industry. Okay, so this is best example for sole proprietorship. Amazon, initially it is an online book selling one. Okay, for if we take another example also, Coca-Cola industry, we all know that. Okay, it started as a sole proprietorship but became a public company in 1997. Okay, so likewise we can say many examples. Initially they have started like sole proprietorship, afterwards they have turned into public companies, likewise. Okay, now uh, what would be the features of sole proprietorship? Okay, so features means, if we see first one, ownership. Okay, so what does ownership means? Sole proprietorships are business owned and operated by a single individual. Okay, owned and operated. The owner assumes all responsibilities and liabilities. So first feature is ownership. Okay, ownership means the single person only, he only owns the business, he only manages the business, operates the business. Okay, at the same time enjoys the profits and also bears the risks. Okay, so this is the first feature. Coming to second one, easy setup. Why it is easy setup means, it doesn't need any legal documents or any legal setup. Okay, so just it can, if a person want to keep a business means, okay, he can simply form the business, he can simply establish the business by minimum legal formalities and paperwork. Okay, that too for some businesses only. Okay, if we want to keep some retail small a pawn shop, for example. Okay, it doesn't require any paperwork or anything. But if we want to run any retail shop, likewise some legal formalities or some paperwork is needed, like taking of license, likewise. Okay, so uh, we can say that it is an easy setup. Okay, so another one is profit retention. So as a single person is running the business, he is the owner of the business. Okay, so if at all any profits attained in the business means, it is whole and solely retained to that owner only. So profit is retained with the owner only, it is not shared with any other person, or else it is not paid in any form. Okay, so this is profit retention. Unlimited liability. Okay, so unlimited liability means the owner has unlimited personal liability for business debts and obligations. Okay, or else risking personal assets. If at all he went to debts means, he has to pay those debts by personal assets, selling personal assets. So therefore it is a unlimited liability, because here there is no other person to share the liability, he is the single person, he has to bear the risk. Okay, if at all there is any loss, as he enjoys profit solely, likewise if at all the business undergoes any liable losses means, definitely he has to bear that risk. Okay, so that will be unlimited personal liability. So if we go for taxation, so profits are taxed as the personal income of the owner. It depends upon the income of the owner, and taxation will be levied. Tax will be levied according to the legal aspects. Okay, so these are the features of sole proprietorship. Okay, so if we see what were the advantages and what are the disadvantages. So if we go for advantages, first one is full control. Okay, so what does full control means? The owner maintain complete control over business operations, because he is the single person, individual person who is going to run the business. Okay, he only equip the capital. Okay, he only manages the business, he only controls the business. So full control will be with the owner only. Okay, there is no other person, so full business activities and business decisions will be taken by the person, so there is a full control. So this is definitely an advantage, because he can take the decisions as he wish. Now coming to second one, another advantage, ease of decision making. So quick decision making will be possible. For example, if it is a partnership or any other type of form of business organization, means if at all any business related decision, the decision has to be taken, means definitely the other persons we have to consult. So after consulting, after doing a research, okay, after having seeing the pros and cons, by taking many suggestions, after a long process decisions will be taken. But if it is a single person maintained business, means, so if at all any business decision has to be taken, quick decisions will be taken by that single individual, because decision depends upon that only one person, so therefore he can take the decisions quickly. Okay. Next one is tax benefits, means potential tax advantages, as business losses can offset personal income. Okay. So sometimes the business, if at all undergoes losses, so here they can gain tax advantages. Now coming to flexibility, so easy to start, manage and dissolve as per the owner's discretion. Okay. So flexibility means easily changeable, okay, according to the situations, okay, according to our convenience we can change the businesses, okay, or else we can start the business, we can manage the business, we can dissolve the business. If at all we undergo any losses, means we can dissolve the business also. So it is very flexible, it depends upon our situations. So the owner can take decisions. It depends upon the owner's discretion to start the business or to manage the business or to dissolve the business. So the advantage is flexibility. Okay. Another one is disadvantages. So what are the disadvantages? Unlimited liability. First one is, okay, so unlimited liability means, as I said before, okay, he is the only person who enjoys the profit, and at the same time he is the only person who bears the risk. Okay. So if at all the organization went to losses, means, okay, then definitely his personal assets will be sold out. Okay. So therefore the owner is liable for debts, lawsuits and business obligations, anything related to business activity. The sole proprietor or the owner is liable. Okay. So therefore it is unlimited, nobody is going to share. Okay. Now, limited capital. So, difficult in raising substantial capital compared to large business structures. So, he is the only single person who is running his business. So, suddenly, if at all he needs any financial assistance for the growth of the organization, means, so it is difficult for a single person to raise the capital. So this is definitely a disadvantage. If at all, for example, by raising the capital, it leads to the growth of organization, ultimately to the profits, means, okay, but a single person cannot raise the capital. Okay. Because so much of financial resources are to be needed, so therefore a single person cannot raise. If at all yeah, if we see in other like partnership or any other forms of business, means other persons also involved, they also give some amount of their capital. Okay. But here he is the single person, he has only raised the fund, so therefore it will be some difficult compared to other forms of business organizations. So limited capital can be seen here. Next one is limited expertise. Okay. So expertise means he is the only person who looks after his business, who takes decisions, who manages the businesses. Okay. So if there are 4 to 5 persons, means if at all there is any problem, means, so 4 to 5 persons, they will uh, communicate with each other, they will raise the problem, they will try to solve that problem with different ideas. But here he is the only person, so we can see here a less expertise. Okay. Compared to having 4 to 5 members, and having only one person is different uh, uh, by having 4 to 5 members. Okay. So therefore we can see here limited expertise. Okay. So sole proprietors may lack expertise in various business aspects. which impacts growth or potential. Okay, because if there is expertise persons means definitely it leads to the growth of the organization. Next one is continuity. Business continuity may be uncertain due to its dependence on the owner's lifespan and health. For example, if a person is running a retail shop, okay, suddenly uh, if we see any health issue, or else if that person died means, so there will be no other person to continue the business. Okay, so if we see continuity will be a disadvantage in sole proprietorship. Okay, so a sole proprietor means finally we can say that it does not take much to form, means it is easy to form because a single person only involved to have a business, so therefore it is easy to form. And someone who sells a product or provides a service may already be a sole proprietor. Okay, a single person who sells goods and services. Okay, for that we have example like a freelance writer, or else a person who is running a beauty parlor, likewise a person who is running retail shop. Okay, so all this comes under the sole proprietorship. But here if we see uh, sole proprietorship, in some cases the only requirement is a license. Okay, to do a business, and the license requirements depends upon the type of business and differ by locality and state also, because each state has their own government policies. Okay, and also it depends upon the rural area or urban area. Okay, uh, depending upon the area, depending upon the state government policies. Okay, the license requirements will depend upon. So, this is about the sole proprietorship under forms of business organizations. Okay. So here under business legislations, why we are studying all these means, so it depends. We have different laws, different legal aspects. Okay. So for each type of business, each form of business, different laws will be adopted. Okay, so that is why we have to learn what are the different forms of business, because sole proprietor have different laws. Okay, partnership involves different laws, corporation involves different laws. Okay, legal aspects will be differed from each forms of business organizations. Therefore, first of all we have to know about these forms of business organizations. Okay, so now if we see about partnership means, so what does partnership means? Okay, see, a partnership means it is an association of two or more persons. Okay, who pool or else who form their financial and managerial resources and agree to carry on a business and ultimately share the profits. Okay, so partnership means association of persons. Okay, they associate and form or else pool their financial resources as well as managerial resources. Okay, and agree to carry on a business. Why? Because to share the profits. So if we see what does this partnership means, partnerships are business structures where two or more individuals operate a business, uh, and also this structure facilitates pooling resources, as I said before, in financial way and managerial resources and also skills, allowing the partners to share profits. Okay, and losses proportionately. Okay, depending upon their ratio of their uh, participation in the capital. Okay, so therefore this partnership depends upon the partnership deed. Okay, partnership deed term and objectives. So depending upon this, they will share their profits and losses according to their proportionates. Okay, partnerships are relatively easy to establish, and also they offer greater borrowing capacity than sole proprietorships. Why? Because as I said before, in sole proprietorship a single person has to equip the capital. Okay, but here if we see in partnership, okay, other persons also, they will get the financial resources. If at all they want to raise capital in their business means, okay, if there are 5 partners means, so 5 partners they will bring, or else they will raise the capital. Okay, so it will be easy in partnership deed. Okay, however they also entail joint liability. Okay, liability in the sense, as they share profits, likewise the liabilities also they will share, means the debts. Okay, the debts and liabilities of the business. So it is a popular for professional service firms like law or accounting firms due to its collaborative nature and shared responsibilities. So where we can see where it is very important means, if this partnership famously, or else more in where we will see this partnership type means in professional services. Okay, like law or else accounting firms. Okay, there we will see more in partnership deeds. Okay, we can see different types of partnership like general partnership, limited partnership, limited liability partnership, joint venture. Okay, all these are under the umbrella of the types of partnerships. Okay, so different partnerships are there. Okay, so if we see, for example, in under partnership, uh, Infosys can be taken as a best example. Okay, so Infosys means it is founded in 1981 by, we all know, Narayan Murthy, Nandan Nilekani, and 5 other engineers. Okay, and it quickly became a global technology services and also the consulting pioneer. So despite initial financial constraints, okay, and a nascent IT market in India, Infosys innovated with a global delivery model that became its USP. Okay, and overcoming early challenges, it capitalized on the tech boom, offering cost effective and quality solutions. Okay, and grew into a multinational corporation, symbolizing India's prowess in the IT sector. Okay, so by partnership deed only. Okay, so Infosys is the best example for partnership. Okay, so if we talk about the features or characteristics of partnership means, at least 2 persons are needed. So first feature is at least 2 persons are needed for a partnership. Okay, single person cannot be treated as a partnership. Single person will go under sole proprietorship. But for partnership, we need at least 2 persons. So there must be at least 2 persons to form a partnership. Okay, and if at any time the number of partners in a firm gets reduced to 1, then the firm is dissolved. Why? Because if there are 2 persons, okay, if there are 2 persons, one person left the organization means, okay, so then the firm is dissolved, because one person cannot be treated as a partnership firm. Okay, so characteristics of partnership, at least 2 persons are needed. And coming to maximum number of partners, okay, minimum is 2 persons, maximum is 10 for banking. Okay, 20 for other businesses. Okay, 20 for other businesses. So this is the maximum limit. So for example, if the limit exceeded 20, okay, means 25, 30, or else 50, then what happens? The partnership becomes illegal. Okay, and relationship among them cannot be called partnership. So there is a limit, minimum for minimum and for maximum. Now coming to agreement. Okay, so what does agreement? The feature of agreement means there must be a voluntary agreement between 2 or more persons to act as partners. Okay, and such persons must be competent to contract. Thus, competent to contract, what does this means minors or else lunatic persons or else insolvent persons are not eligible to become a partner. So if at all in the agreement, or else if at all there is any person who is a minor or else who is a lunatic is nothing but a physically and mentally handicapped. Okay, so and insolvent persons are there means, okay, so these three persons are not considered as partners, okay, in a partnership deed. Therefore, agreement should be voluntary agreement, okay, and at the same time the persons should not be minors, lunatics and insolvent persons, means there should be competent persons, then only the contract is considered as valid contract. Okay, and however, a minor can be admitted to the benefits of partnership firm. He can have share in profits without any obligation for losses. Okay, so for example, in a partnership, if there are four partners and one partner died and his son is carrying in his place, means even though he is a minor, he can share the profits of the business but not the losses. Okay, so another thing, business. Okay, partnership means business. A partnership can be formed for the purpose of carrying on business. So the feature of partnership is business. Why they form the partnership means in order to carry on the business, means an economic activity which is nothing but gaining of profits. Okay, so where there is no business means there exists no partnership, right? Now, sharing of profits. So sharing of profits means partnership business among the partners is must, but sharing of losses by all the partners is not essential. Means sharing of profits is definite, okay, but losses is not essential, means it depends upon the proportionate ratio of the uh, partners in the deed. Okay, it depends upon the partnership deed what the losses. Okay, but sharing of profit means it is definitely shared to each and every person. So for example, if we take this situation, partner is a must for profits, but sharing losses means it is not essential, means if we see in this case, minor's case, so here minor may enjoy the profit but not without any obligation of losses here. Okay, so likewise certain situations arise in this case. So that is why under characteristics of partnership, sharing of profits has been given but not losses. Losses depends upon the situations. Okay, now mutual agency. To constitute a partnership, there must be a relation of mutual agency between the partners. Okay, so every partner while carrying on the business of the firm stands in a position of an agent as well as the principal. As an agent, he by his acts binds the firm. Okay, his obligations or else his acts binds the firms, means all the partners. Okay, as a principal he is bound by the acts of other partners. So thus every partner binds mutually to each other, means mutual agency means acts as an agent as well as principal. All the partners, not only one partner. If there are four partners means, okay, each and every partner act as agent, act as principal. As an agent, he is binding with the firm. Okay, and as a principal person, he is obligated with the acts of other persons also. Okay, so that is the mutual agency. Each and every person is like that only. Every partner binds mutually to each other, so that is known as mutual agency. Okay, so how this formation of partnership is done? Okay, so partnership arises from contract and not from status. Okay, by entering into contract only, which is known as partnership deed. Okay, then only formation of partnership is possible. Okay, and not from any status. So thus partnership can be formed by a contract between the persons, and which may be either in express or implied form. Okay, it means that express contract is formally arranged through an oral or written agreement. That is known as express contract, means oral or written arrangement is made. Okay. If we see implied, means implied contract means it is found by circumstances or else the actions of the parties. That is known as implied. Okay. So the partnership form may be either in express form or maybe on the implied form. Okay. So what does this partnership deed means? Okay, when contract of partnership is made either in writing, it takes the form of document. Okay, so thus the document which contains the terms of contracts of partnership is called the partnership deed. Okay, so the documentation, as I said before, express means in a oral or written form. So that written form is known as a document. So this document is called as the partnership deed. Okay. So this partnership deed contains all the aspects regarding the business. Okay, all the important terms and conditions regarding the business activities, all the rights and duties, all the obligations. Okay, all the provisions under the Partnership Act. So each and everything will be in that document. Okay, which is, if at all that partnership is not according to the provisions of the Indian Partnership Act. Okay, Indian Partnership Act means it will be treated as unlawful. When it is treated as unlawful, when the partnership deed is not according to the provisions of the Indian Partnership Act. Okay, so this is partnership deed. Okay, how the formation of partnership happens means either express form or implied form, and for that express or implied form there will be a partnership deed, which is nothing but a in the form of a documentation which contains all the rights and duties, all the obligations, all the provisions. Okay, all the activities that are needed for the business operations. Okay, so if at all it is not according to the provisions of the Indian Partnership Act, it will be treated as unlawful. Okay, so if we go for registration of a partnership firm, how a registration is done for partnership firm? Definitely each and every firm, it should be registered with the ROC, Registrar of Companies, okay, of that particular state. So therefore here registration of a firm means that getting the partnership firm registered with Registrar of Firms. Okay, Registrar of Firms. A partnership may be registered with the Registrar of Firms of area in which any place of business of the firm is situated. Okay, if at all that firm, if I am going to uh, establish my firm, okay, in Bangalore, means I have to register my firm in that area. Okay, in that state. Likewise, if I established a firm in AP, okay, now I have to register my firm in AP, okay, in AP government only, okay, according to the policies of AP government in this area only. Okay, likewise, registration of partnership means it depends upon the place also. Okay, so the registration of a firm, it is not compulsory under the Partnership Act. It is optional for the partners. So, uh, an existing firm may be registered at any time, even after the partners have agreed to dissolve the firm. Also, they can register. Means it is optional for partners to register or not. But by registering the firm and by non-registering the firm, they will face some pros and cons legally in legal aspects. Okay, the partners may undergo different difficult situations by not going for registration. Okay, definitely if they go for registration, means there will be certain advantages, certain benefits. Okay, likewise it is optional for the partners. It depends upon the partners whether to register their firm or not. Even after the partners have dissolved their firm, okay, then also they can register their firm, but a firm must be a registered firm on the date of institution of suit. Okay, when after the dissolving of the firm also they can go for registration. Okay, why? Because If at all there are any problems in the deed means, okay, so they have to go for the court, okay, tribunal. So if they want to go to tribunal means they should give this ROC certificate, okay. So means they have to register the firm on the date of institution of a suit, filing a suit, okay. So the procedure for registration of a partnership firm, what does it contains, okay. So what does registration of partnership should contain means obtaining a prescribed form. First one is obtaining a prescribed form, okay. So prescribed form, like an application form, like form 1 has to be filed to the registrar of firms of the state in which the firm is situated, along with prescribed fees, okay. It has to be signed and verified by all the partners or their agents. The application form, that is which is form 1, can be obtained from the registrar of the firm's office, or it can be downloaded from the respective states registrar of firm's website, okay. So obtaining a prescribed form means a particular form which is related to the partnership deed, partnership firm, okay, which is known as a form 1. And preparing the statement in prescribed form means, see, the form 1, it should be filled with the name of the firm, the place of the business, the location of any other places where the firm carries on the business, and also the details like the date of joining of each partner, the names and permanent addresses of all the partners, okay, the duration of the firm, okay, and the selection of the name of the partnership firm. So all these aspects should be very clearly uh, informed in that form, okay. Why? Because for example, if we see the for example, the partnership firm name, so the name should not be too similar or identical to an existing firm doing the same business, or else the name should not contain any words like the emperor, crown, empress, empire, or else the symbols of that country, okay. So likewise, certain legal aspects should be followed. So preparing the statement in a prescribed form according to the legal aspects and signing the statement, okay. So all the partners should sign on that statement, on that form, okay. So everyone's specimen should be there, okay, with the where the signing the statement includes all the partners specimens, okay. The details mentioned in it, partnership deed and documents are correct or not, all will be there in the signing statement. So if we see verifying the statement, so what does verifying the statement means? As the documentation requires form 1, is there form 1 or not, okay, that will be verified. Likewise, original copy of partnership deed is there or not, or else specimen of each partnership partner is there or not according to the partnership deed. PAN cards, address proofs of partners are there or not, proof of principal place where they are going to keep their business, okay. So is there or not, or else if at all there are, if the any ownership documents regarding the place, or else the business is uh, establishing on a rental basis, or else or in a lease agreement means that lease agreement should be produced there. So all these should be verified in the verification stage, verifying the statement, okay. Then submit the statement with fee, okay. So there will be a registration fee. The government fees applicable for a partnership firm registration varies from state to state, and it also depends on the partner's contribution also, okay. So you can register your partnership firm on online also, okay. It amounts rarely 7,500, okay. So the partnership firm registration plan, it, the amount includes also the services like PAN application, partnership deed drafting, filing of deeds and other documents, okay, issue of registration certificate, and here it includes online purpose also. 100% online process will be done, okay. Sessions with clear tax means sessioning with expert, okay. So all these will be done in the partnership firm registration, okay. So here submit the statement with fees and registration will be done, okay. And finally issue of certificate will be done, okay. So finally if we see means, okay, for a for registration of partnership firm, okay. So what are the checklists that are needed means, we have to draft partnership deed, okay. Partnership deed, minimum two members will be should be there, maximum 20 partners should be there. Selection of appropriate or a business name should be given, and place should be there. PAN card number and bank account of the firm should be given. So this is the checklist regarding the partnership firm, and this is the process of partnership registration, okay. Finally they issues the certificate of registration, ROC, registration of certificate, okay. So if at all the partnership firm is not registered means, so what are the effects, okay. So no suit by a partner against the firm. If at all there is, if the company, the firm is not registered means, okay, they cannot go for tribunal on any aspect, okay. Likewise, they cannot sue on firm, they cannot sue on any other partner also. So these are the effects of non-registration of firms. Likewise, no suit by the firm against third party, because here company also deals with third parties like suppliers, customers, government, bankers, okay. So the firm also can also sue on the third party. Likewise, no suit by an unregistered partner against third party. So these partners within the partners, or else with the business, or else with the third party also, they cannot go for the tribunal, okay. Likewise, third parties can sue against firm and partners, but firms and partners of the firm cannot sue on the third party or between them also, okay. Only third parties can sue, but other than this case nobody can sue, okay. Nobody can go for the tribunal if at all the company, if at all the firm is not registered, okay. So if we see the types of partnerships means, partnership for a fixed term, for a particular partnership, and partnership at will, okay. So if we see partnership for a fixed term means, when duration of partnership is fixed, okay, when the term is fixed by the partners through an agreement or contract, it is said to be a partnership for a fixed period of time. So such partnership comes to an end with expiry of that term. If at all the term is for 5 years or 10 years, so after completion of 10 or 5 years, okay, the partnership will deed will end there, okay. So if all partners wish to continue the business even after the expiry time, they can continue, or else they can end the partnership firm there itself, okay. Next, particular partnership. What does this means? When a partnership is formed for a particular venture, okay, or any undertaking, then it is called a partnership. Particular partnership means on a purpose, on a specific purpose, okay, like a particular venture, okay. Then after completion of that venture, the partnership deed ends there, okay. So that is a particular partnership. And partnership at will means where no provision is made by contract between the partners for the duration, there is no particular duration is there, okay. So when the partnership deed ended means, when they can end the partnership deed means, it depends upon the will of the partners, that is known as partnership at will, okay. Here there will be no duration, okay. It depends upon the discretion of the partners. So these are some of the types of partnerships. Depends upon fixed term, depends upon particular partnership, depends upon the discretion of the partners. Now if we see what are the advantages of partnership, easy to form. Okay, so partnership can be formed easily without any legal formalities. Okay, since it is not compulsory to get the firm registered, so it is a simple agreement or contract between the persons, and they can enter into partnership deed and start a partnership firm. So it is easy to form. And availability of large resources. Why? Because as many people are involved in the business, okay, so it may not be difficult to arrange financial resources or material resources. Therefore availability of resources will be larger. And coming to balanced decisions, as they involve more persons in a firm, okay, if at all there are any uh, problems arised, okay, so all the partners may come into one decision. Okay, so by consulting with other partners, they will take a proper decision to solve the problem. So collective wisdom, we can see here collective wisdom, because many persons involved in a single solution, they will try to come up with a good solution. Okay, so which we can derive a collective wisdom from more members of a business. Okay, and less scope for hasty decisions. And so we can say that there is a balanced decisions. Flexible means easily changeable. So partnership firm is a flexible organization. At any time partners can decide to change the size or nature of business. For example, till now there exist 10 members. Okay, so now there were 5 members left the organization. Even then they can continue the partnership firm. Okay, so it is flexible. So another one is sharing of risks. Okay, so if at all if a single person involves, means he has to bear unlimited liability. But here, if at all the firm undergoes any losses, means if at all there are 10 persons, means 10 persons will share the loss depending upon the ratio. Okay, so therefore sharing of risks may reduce some liability. Likewise, keen interest. Since partners share profit and bear losses, they take keen interest in affairs of the business because they don't want to get losses. So, good decisions will be taken by the partners and interest will be shown in the business. Benefits of specialization. All partners actively participate in business as per their specialization and knowledge, because different they may have 10 partners. Each partner may have may be expert in many divisions, many departments will be involved in a business. Okay, so some partners may be proficient in legal aspects, some partners may be proficient in marketing. Okay, likewise some partners may be in managing the business. Likewise we can see benefits of specialization in a partnership. And protection of interest. So in partnership firm of business organizations, the rights of each partner and his interest are fully protected. Okay, so if a partner is dissatisfied with any decision, he can ask for dissolution of the firm, or he can withdraw from the partnership. So he can easily join in the partnership, or else he can, if at all he doesn't like any decisions in the business organizations, he can withdraw from the partnership, or else he can ask for the dissolution of the firm. Okay, so it is uh, ultimately protection of interest of the people, interest of the partners. Next one is secrecy. Business secrets of the firms are only known to the partners only. Okay, so it is not required to disclose any information. So these are the advantages regarding the partnerships. So if we see disadvantages of partnership, means unlimited liability. Okay, so partners are liable to repay debts even from their personal resources. In cases the business assets are not sufficient to meet its debts. For example, if the organization went to losses, okay, so even though the business uh, organization is not able to settle down the debts, means personally they are liable, their personal assets are also taken in order to pay off the debts. Okay, so that is why unlimited liability will be there in partnership. So limited resources, there is a restriction on number of partners, and hence contribution in terms of capital investment is usually not sufficient to support large scale business operations. Okay, so if at all, for small businesses it will be easy. Okay, for small businesses we can have more resources, but if at all it is a large scale business operations, the maximum number limit is only 20 members. Okay, so the resources may be very limited. Okay, so therefore limited resources is disadvantage. Possibility of conflicts when more members are there. Okay, for if at all in taking decisions, okay, some may accept, some may not accept, so there arises some conflicts. Okay, so likewise we can this will be a disadvantage in partnership. Okay, other thing is lack of continuity. So partnership comes to an end with the death, retirement, insolvency, or lunacy of any partner. However, remaining partners can enter into a fresh agreement and continue to run the business. Okay. So, however, in normal circumstances, all partnership business tends to have conflicts after a certain time period due differences in opinions. Okay. So that is lack of continuity means due to conflicts, or else due to death or retirement or insolvency or lunacy of any partner. Okay, continuity may be stopped to some extent. Okay, again they have to enter into a fresh agreement again, the remaining partners. So lack of continuity can be seen. And lack of public confidence also. A partnership firm is not legally required to publish its financial reports or make other related information public. So as a result, the confidence of public in partnership firms is generally low. Okay, so as partnership firms are not legally uh, required to publish their financial reports, because according to the legal aspects they are not compulsory, okay, to publish their financial reports, so they may not reveal their financial reports. So ultimately this lowers the confidence of the public towards the partnership firms. And sharing of profits means more number of partners, higher is the amount of profit which has to be shared. Okay, if there are 20 members means profit occurred means, okay, small profits means uh, the the sharing also will be low. But for sharing of profits, if the business organizations get more profits only, higher profits only, the partners can enjoy. Okay, or else it may demotivate the partners. Okay, so these are about the forms of business organizations. Okay, so in next class we'll see about the corporations.